Okay, we're live. Hello, Sue Howarth.
Hello, how are you?
I'm really well. It's quite a nice day today, actually, isn't it? And we were just saying that normally I have about 20 minutes of practice, prep, checking tech, all that stuff. We have dived straight into this at 2 minutes to 12. But I know that Sue is a fantastic professional. You're always on the radio or, talking in front of a million people so I know that you're completely fine. So we're going to dive straight into the content today. But
Okay, yeah.
but I do want to know, or people, whoever hasn't heard of you must have been living under a rock, but who are you and briefly, what do you do?
Okay, so I'm Sue Howarth. I'm founder and co-director of the Family Business Network, which I think is probably what I'm most known for these days. But I do also have some Sue Howarth projects that I work on, and I take a lot of pride in. I'm a non-exec for a couple of companies and a trustee for the Cumbria Community Foundation. And I also work with companies if they need assistance, sort of further help, looking a bit deeper rooted into the strategy and their business development planning.
Okay, great. For anybody who's watching, I know we've got a few sound issues. We can mostly get you, Sue. I'm not sure why it's dipping. It just keeps
Right.
quiet. No idea why, but it could just be our Wi-Fi. We're just saying that Sue was saying that on a Friday her Wi-Fi is particularly bad. So there you go, having that Friday feeling. But no, we can still hear you. It just keeps going quiet every now and again. So
I try and speak really loud, but then
really
you're not
loud.
really
We'll read you, okay?
Yeah.
I should get some subtitles really on that. So the reason I really want to get Sue on is I'm sure you wouldn't describe yourself as this, Sue, but I see you as a strategic business expert. I think that you're brilliant at strategy that will really help somebody to understand the why and the sort of how, the big how of what they need to do, so that they can focus on the little things, because it's actually usually the big how that causes us overwhelm, confusion, and then inertia in our businesses, isn't it? Because we run several businesses, you run several businesses, you help several businesses, and you must see it well that at this moment, actually in lockdown, that people are very confused about strategy, and that is what's stopping them move forward. Is that your experience as well?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I don't know. Everyone's in a different state of busyness, I think. Some people, like I know myself, I feel like I'm running 600 miles an hour at the moment. Just running the business day to day, but obviously trying to do what we do at our core of working to help and assist businesses where we can. But everyone is in a different state, and it's quite interesting sort of when you look at the planning and the strategic side. I think it's very easy at the moment to feel very overwhelmed on both personal and professionally. And I think the more sometimes your mind is very busy, you just get overwhelmed, and actually the thing that you do is just back away from everything, and you lose the focus and the discipline. So those are probably areas that I wanted to talk about today, to just help perhaps keep things simple and have a bit of structure.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly what people need to know, because I was just saying to you off air that I did a big webinar, a big online training session yesterday. And what I heard of it, because I did a poll first to find out what people wanted to know about. And I thought would think things like, team and furloughing and kind of the more practical elements. But people actually just want to know, what do I do today? Literally, my shop, my restaurant, my hotel is shut. What do I do today that is going to help me come out of lockdown? Because they just don't know.
No, absolutely. And I think that's really, it is key. And I think you've got to, every business is different. And I think one thing before we sort of get into what we're talking about today is, so I have to keep reminding myself, you are your own business. Don't try and attempt to do what everyone else is doing. Stick to what you do. Yes, we might have to pivot a bit at the moment and be agile, but that's the exciting thing. Think about what you do and plan for that. And if you're going to do something at the moment, that's what you need to focus on. Focus on what you do, not what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
And I, you know, and I'm speaking totally from personal, you know, I'm seeing all this amazing stuff that people's doing, and I'm going, I should be doing that. I should be doing this. And then actually, no, do you know, just don't worry about that. Just think about what you do, and even if it's one thing a day that you do, that's something that you've achieved, and that's massive. And you just always have to look about what does success look like to you. And if
Yeah.
that's just achieving one thing each day, that's all you need to focus on at the moment. And then you will find that you can build on that even more as things start to, whatever the new normal is going to be, but things will. So.
I think a lot of entrepreneurs, and again, you know, I'm like you, probably speaking from personal experience. I wake up in the morning with my shoulds. Oh, I should be doing this and I should be doing that. Thank God I don't have my family here, otherwise I'd be even more split. That sounds awful. I didn't mean it to sound quite like that, but
I know what you mean. Yeah,
a working mum like you must wake up in the morning and think, right, well, homeschooling. I've got, you know, I've got sort of all the activities and the nature trails and the, you know, it's Easter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then we've got to dress up in a silly outfit, and we've got this disco tomorrow night. We've got the quiz night. Oh, and oh my God, I've got actually a business to run as well as on top of all this. And I'm in the house all day, so now my house is dirty and I've got a load of laundry to do. You know, and I think that the combination of all those things must be overwhelming to most working parents right now. And so actually having clear strategic steps, I think, is going to help them. It's not going to give you more things to do. It's actually going to give you the focus on what to focus on.
Yeah, if anything, it's thinking about the less is more. I'm always a big believer in less is more, and you know, almost reduce some of what you're doing to just focus on key areas.
And
that helps. I've had to do that. You know, I was constantly writing myself lists of things I had to do. I've stopped doing that now.
Yeah,
because,
no, I'm actually, yeah, I've stopped. Yeah,
because it was just, I was never getting to it, and I found actually what I was doing was each day keeping myself busy by rewriting my list, and actually what I wasn't doing, what I wasn't doing.
Number one, right list, tick.
Yeah, I wasn't actually achieving what I wanted to achieve. So you can't see it, but my flip chart, which I have in the room, is actually a blank piece of paper at the moment. I've just
Sue, is it worth just trying your headphones for a minute?
Do you want to try it?
Should we just try it? Let's just give it a go. And while Sue's just grabbing her headphones, I'm going to give everybody a couple of book recommendations on this. Let me know when you're plugged in. I'll tell you if it's any better. So one book recommendation is called The One Thing, which really helps you simplify what you're doing. You'll probably end up just busy, but you won't be a busy fool. You'll be just doing the one thing that is going to get you there. And another really good book that I really enjoyed is called Procrastinate on Purpose. And it's about why to-do lists don't work and how to make a list of some kind work for you. So Procrastinate on Purpose is the one. I can't remember the name of the author, but The One Thing by Gary Keller and Procrastinate on Purpose by some unknown author. Should we have a go at that, Sue? Can you speak?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we'll try it, because every now and again it just fades out. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's almost certainly a Wi-Fi issue. So I was just giving a couple of book recommendations there to help people, to give them something else to do, which is go and read a book.
Yeah.
I don't give you loads of things to do. But can we have a think? Can you explain to us the sort of the 5 things? I know we've said one thing, but actually it will just help people to divide what they need to do maybe into these 5 things, so that they know what they need to be focusing on, and then very importantly, so they haven't forgotten anything that's really important outside those 5 things. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, no, of course. Tell me if you can't hear, and I will work round.
That sounds a lot better, actually.
Yeah, I can hear you very clearly. So. So you asked me to talk about 5 things and strategy. Strategy is a real big topic, but I thought I'll give an overview and then just pick out 5 what I would say are key steps personally. And they're my personal steps. I'm not saying this is what everyone should do. Just that's my disclaimer. So the word strategy is about, it means having a plan. Technically, that is what strategy is. But at the moment, planning can see it can be a bit of a mess, you know, in the head, as we've just talked about. So I would think about it in a different way, that it's a set of actions that you need to complete. So, and allowing you to take those small steps to be, I'm not a completer finisher at all. I sort of start with an idea and then go off and then remember to come back to it. But actually, you know, discipline, learn is take small steps. I'm always a big believer in that. Come up with a set of actions that are small steps, and then you will find that you help have that plan in place. Think about what are business critical activities. Don't think about the nice to haves and if I had X, Y, and Z. Think about what is business critical for you at this time to help kickstart things for the future. Some people are now in a point of no business. You know, there isn't a business that's able to run. But this is a great time, if that is the case, to turn that into a positive and think about what you can do going forwards. Think about what your purpose is, what your why, you know, why do you get up to do what you do? It might be that time to reflect a little, possibly change. But most importantly, think about the discipline that's going to allow, that you have to instill to get to that place. And those are things that I think are sort of three areas that if this is ever a time for reflection or what you're looking at, if you can keep focused on, there is a vision and there is an end game, but you've got to make things happen to get to that end game. And that's where, you know, so that was what I wanted to just say as an introduction. Keep it simple, small steps to make things more achievable for you, and that is more motivating. And at the moment, self-motivation is possibly a really hard thing for some people. My biggest thing has been, to what I've just talked about, is having a routine.
So I think, should we start a new one of these and just see if I can get the sound any clearer? I think we're going to have a part 1 and a part 2 on this, just to see if I can get the sound clearer. Because really, really, really want to hear what you're saying. The sound's just going in and out, and I think it's probably, I don't want to lose anybody on this. So if you are listening live, if you can just give us 5 minutes, Sue and I'll see if we can sort out the sound issue, and we'll come back to you. So don't go away, everybody. I'll be straight back live. Hang on.